So I keep seeing these posts about the butterfly effect, and it's interesting to me because this is kind of how healing works for me. So today, I had saw a TikTok of somebody talking about ideation, and I went down the rabbit hole. So I wasn't really able to start healing from that, not wanting to do that until I could understand why I wanted to in the first place. It's just how my brain works. Like, I needed to understand why in order to heal that part, that core feeling, that core belief, in order to move forward from it, right? So on the surface level, I realized that a lot of it had to do with the fact that I had cancer, and watching how it affected me, how it affected other people, not being in control of how I exited life. Like, all of these things, but were very, very surface level. So I started digging into them to try and understand it further. And some of it had to do with when I was a child, we had our house broken into. My stepdad owed some people drug money, and it was that fear for my life. And that was the first time that I ever remember having those thoughts of, and I wanted to, because I was so scared for my life in that moment, in that time in my life, because I didn't want something like that to happen again. So I think about that, and then I take it even further, right? So I realized that this is something that's come up for me quite a bit lately, and the survivor guilt. I realized that underneath all of this other stuff was survivor guilt, because one of my first ever experiences with death was my mom's best friend when I was younger, and he died from HIV AIDS, and I was right there through the whole thing with him. So I had that guilt of being a survivor through it. It's crazy how all of these things lead into this core feeling, this core belief. And once you can figure out what that core is, it's everything shifts.